do you know where you will be? I'm going to ask you to be patient with me, and I'm going to give you a few dates in my life, and I promise if you be patient, there is a point to all this, because sometimes there are things that happen in our life. We know exactly where we were. We know exactly what happened. You know, we almost, sometimes, you know, you even know what you were wearing, where you were, all that kind of stuff. I remember April 4th, 1989, I was living on 166 Cleveland Street when my mother came to me and told me that my grandfather, Clifford Lewis Pope, had passed. As strange as this may be, I remember September 13th, 1996, I was laying at home sick with a cold when they announced on the news that Tupac had died. You can think what you want about Tupac, but influential doesn't always mean in a good way, but influential, good or bad, he was an influential boy, especially those of us who were brought up in that hip-hop generation. March 3rd, 2001, we were at the church, we were at our building over on Moreland Avenue when my mother came and told me that my brother had died. And a few of us remember September 1st, 2002, when Mother Annie Martha Pope died. Now, I don't want you to think that the only thing I remember is when people died, but you know, those are standpoints in history. December 25th, 2006, I was at my cousin Derek's house when I got the word that James Brown died. But November 8th, 2008, I was walking through Kroger when I got word that the first black president had won the election. It was August 2009 when I released my first solo CD and was blessed to shoot my first music video. It was October 11th, 2009 when I won my first music award. January 3rd, 2010, I was at home when I received a message from Twanda Black telling me that she was going to play my song on radio, and it was April 5th, 2010, when we were just talking about it on the way here when I threw a birthday party that was so big that even my mother and father didn't have anywhere to sit. I remember all of these days clearly, but not only do I remember these days of the past, but I anticipate certain days of the future. Look, you know, by this time next year, I would like to be planning my wedding to whoever God has for me. October 23rd, 2017, I would like to hand my mother some keys to a Lincoln that I bought her. You know, not saying that she ain't gonna have a Lincoln before then, but on that day, I want to give her the keys to the one I bought. Because that, December 8th, 2022, I would like to be standing before 2,000 plus active members of Greater Pi Alpha Christian Service Fraternity, giving them the address and exactly what the vision is. April of 2047, at 66 years old, I would like to be celebrating 50 years of active ministry. And by March 2022, I would like to see us moving in our own new building that we done bought, build, or whatever the case may be. Now, somebody may sit there and say, what does all that have to do with the price of coffee? Well, I know where I was on these days, and I know where I want to be on the other days. But there's a flaw in this list. Out of all of this, I told you if you stayed with me long enough, out of all these days that I remember, out of all these days that I anticipated, I don't have on this list on the day when the Lord come back. Where will I be at that day? You know, I thank God for everything that He allowed me to accomplish, and I anticipate everything that He will allow me to accomplish in the future. But on that great day, where will I be on that day? And I want to tell you, I'm not just talking about where will I be physically, but where will I be on that great day? The reality of it is that I could be sitting here. I remember the song by the OJs when they said, your body is here with me, but your mind is on the other side of town. Some of us are found just like that song of the OJs. Our body is found in the house of the Lord, but our mind is found at Peanuts. Our body is found in the house of the Lord, but our mind is found at Bigelow's. Our body is found in the house of the Lord, but our mind plans. We got long-term plans. We got our, and then we even got our backup plan. If this don't work, then I'm going to do this. But if that don't work, but unfortunately, I want to tell you, when it comes to your Christianity, there is no backup plan. It's in the holiness of hell. It's in the God. Oh, some say, choose ye this day whom ye will serve. Will it be God or will it be man? Because when Gabriel blows the horn, when God sends Jesus to crack the sky and he comes back, you knew when you were going to get your degree. You knew when you were going to get your doctorate. You knew when you were going to get your master. But I hear God saying you knew when you were going to get your master. But when your master comes back to get you, see, sometimes I know we don't, especially as young people, we don't like to hear these type of sermons. We don't want to think about that day. But there's a scripture in the Bible that says life is unsure, but death is certain. I stand before you like Martin Luther King when he said, like all of you, I would like to live a long life. Longevity has its place, but the reality of it is that just might not be my destiny. But I do know that no matter how long I live, at the end of that God-ordained lifespan, I shall die. I shall close my eyes, never to open them again. My heart will cease to beat. My blood will cease to flow. And when all of that is take place, it's where my heart lies. That's going to determine if I see Jesus. The reality of it is I don't know if I'm going to be in, sometimes we like to glamorize out there. We would like to die this way. I would love to be an old man. I want to say I want to get so old that I don't necessarily die. I expire because I just lived that long. My vision of the quote unquote perfect death, I would love to be done preached a hot sermon. I haven't preached in a while, but because I'm just that old. But that day I want to be able to stand up and tell God all about it and tell y'all all about it, and I want to have my family around me and that kind of stuff. And I'd like to be sitting in my office at that time and my family say we finna run to the car, and I'd love to look on the wall and see my plaques and see my certificates and see the pictures, and I'd love to just drift peacefully in the house of the Lord. But that don't matter. I can have this picture perfect death, but if I didn't have a picture perfect life, in hell, before I die, I would like to hear the officials in Decatur give me the key to the city. Before I die, I want to hear my pastor ordain me this and say I'm anointed. I want to hear all that. But on that great day, the only thing that I really want to hear is, well done, you've been faithful. Because it don't matter all the other accolades I received, but none of that mean anything else. Old song say it don't mean a thing if it ain't got that swing. And if the swing low, sweet chariot coming forth to carry me home, but if that sweet chariot don't swing low and pick me up, no matter what letters I got behind my name, it makes no difference. I just want to be ready when he comes. Might be in Decatur, I might be in Smyrna, I might be in Alpharetta, but I want to be ready when he comes. I want my mind to be right when he comes. I want my heart to be fixed when he comes. So whenever he comes, however he comes, I can hear him say, well done, my good and faithful servant. I want to stand like Paul. Paul had a bunch of titles, but Paul, his greatest thing to me was when he said, I fought the good fight, I kept the faith, I finished my course. There is a crown of righteousness that awaits me. That's all good, all these other stuff, but I just want to wear that crown. It's good to wear some Versace, and it's good to wear Louis Vuitton, it's good to wear Dooney Burke, but I don't know the brand of the long white robe God got from me, but I know it's manufactured in heaven. I don't know what the tags say, but I just know I want God to be able to hand me that robe. I feel good when I got money in my pocket to be able to go buy all the finer things in life. I feel good if I got that plastic, but when I get to heaven, my plastic and my money ain't gonna matter. But ain't it good to know that if I'm where I need to be when he comes, I don't have to give God no plastic. All I gotta do is walk up to him and he gonna say, my child, I've been waiting for you. I believe it was Diana Ross who sung a song, said, do you know where you're going to? Do you like the things this life is showing you? Do you know? And I ask you today, do you know where you're going to? Do you like the things that life has shown you? Are you happy with the things that you have shown life? Somebody may say, well, I don't get that. Well, God said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. So while we're so busy worried about what life has done for us, I hear God in the words of Janet Jackson saying, what have you done for me lately? So, you know, it's good to have a plan. I'm not knocking your plans. It's good to sit back and relish over your accomplishments. It's good to sit back and anticipate where you're going to go and where you're going to be and who you're going to be with. But on that great day, I just want to be one place, and that's in His will. It don't matter if I'm in a 5-bedroom house overlooking the hills, but I got to lift my eyes to the hills from what's coming to my help. I just want to be found right with God, because if I can be found right with God, then every tear I shed at Him was worth it. Every heartache I experienced was worth it. But what profit a man to gain the whole world and lose his soul? What profited you to sit down and get a degree, but you burn in degrees of hell? So I just want to be ready when He comes. Wherever He wants me to be, that's where I want to be found. I want to be found in the truth when He comes. I don't want to be found living a lie. I don't want to be found in a lie of another religion. You know, we got so many arguments now: Christianity versus Buddhism, Buddhist versus Islam, Islam versus Hindu. I just want to be found in whatever God would have me to be. I don't care what you call it. You can call it Christian, you can call it whatever you want, but whatever God sees fit, whatever that religion is, that when He sent Jesus Christ, because no matter what you want to call it, Jesus Christ. I don't get excited no more when folk talk about God, because that you can ordain that thing of God down and worship it. But whatever that religion is that God sent His only begotten Son because He loved the world so much, whatever Jesus Christ called it, I just want to be found in that. So on that great day, I can sing an old song that says, I'm not worried about my soul because I fixed it with Jesus a long time ago. I want to be able to say my heart is right. I want to be able to say my mind is fixed. I want to hear Him say, well done, my good and faithful servant. I want to be able to put on my long white robe. I want to be able to walk around heaven all day. I may come to the garden alone, but I know He walks with me and He talks with me. I feel all right. I want to get a little old school here now, because that great day in the morning, when the battle has been fought and the victory has been won, and I must stand before my just God, I just want to hear Him say, come on in, my child, where the table is spread and the feast of the Lord is going on. I got a banquet prepared for you. I got a house on hell waiting on you. I got a mansion waiting on you. You don't have to worry about no gas, because I got 2 wings to bear your faith, 2 wings to bear your feet, 2 wings to fly on the way where the chill winds don't blow. I just want to be found where I need to be. That's why I want to be found. So what if you want to be found in the elite part of society? So you get your degrees and you get your connections and you get everything you need to get to be found in the good part of society. Well, I don't care if I'm on the left side of heaven, and I don't care if I'm on the right side of heaven, but wherever my Jesus' feet lay, wherever my Jesus' feet lay, I want to be found on that side of heaven so I can get down on my knees and lay at the feet of Jesus. And they always say I can lay at the feet of Jesus and tell Him all about my troubles, but when I get the glory, I'm not going to bother Him with my troubles, because He was already my child. You've been faithful over the few things. Now I'm going to make you rule over many. So I just want to be found right now wherever he wants me to be.